So howdy guys, welcome to this Ju-Jitsu breakdown, like martial arts training breakdown video. This is going to be part of the series where you see me do my daily martial arts training, and I kind of break down what we're going to be doing and why it's important and how it's important for developing my skills in the martial arts. So here what you're seeing is this kind of wrestling drill, mostly for the defender, which is the person who has their hands behind their back. It's to get an idea of using your head as a post to prevent the attack. And what you'll see me doing, I'm in the black rash guard, is attacking for a single leg. Now, our coach wanted us to focus on attacking for the single leg. However, you can do anything like here. I'm trying to gather a cradle, and then I do the cradle into the single leg. But yeah, there's a lot of different attacks from this position. But like I said, this drill is mostly for the defender because it's really easy to forget that your head is an important post in the stand-up. Any wrestler, any collegiate wrestler or professional wrestler, Olympic wrestler, Greco-Roman wrestler knows that the head is key in the stand-up and to kind of getting control of the stand-up and maintaining control of the stand-up. So you can see me here trying to sit in that pocket between the head and the shoulder, which keeps me in front of him, kind of prevents him from coming forward because I'm very strong from that position. Okay, so moving on here to this next position, now we're going to be drilling a bit of closed guard to K guard. Now, I just want to say quickly, I promise to get a real mic so we can improve the voiceover quality and just the quality in general. But right now we're doing a lot of bare bones work on bare bones equipment. So apologize for the poor quality, but nevertheless, it will improve with time. So this won't be forever. But anyway, back into what we're actually doing here. You kind of see we're doing just transitioning from close guard to K guard. Just making sure coach is just coming around here, Coach Larry the GOAT. He's just kind of coming around here, making sure we kind of understand how to smoothly get into K guard and kind of get to this knee bar here, which is that position you see where after I go into the K guard, so I kind of invert off the posture breakdown from close guard, I get into sort of a knee bar by throwing my opponent forward and then throwing my leg over. Now here in the next part, we're doing triangles from the transition. Now, as you can see here at first, I try and do a lat grip to kind of move myself into the triangle position for a finish. Usually people will grab their own shin, but the coach was pretty adamant on experienced people not using their shin. He wants us to get used to using other parts of the body, of the opponent's body, to kind of rotate into the finishing position of the triangle. So right here you can see me, first I did a lat grip, then I did a leg grip. And now, really important detail here is where I open my legs there at the top to scissor back into the triangle. Usually, if you adjust the triangle with your shin, it's going to be almost perfect. You won't really need to do that. But here, where we're avoiding using the shin to get into the finishing position of the triangle, that scissor detail is really important because it gives you a second to kind of open your legs up and really lay the back of your knee against their neck to force the blood choke. Because any experienced jiu-jitsu practitioner would know that on a blood choke, if there's any space at all on the neck, it's going to be really difficult to finish. And you're going to need to apply a lot of pressure. But you can see they're instantly tapping. Don't even really need to lock it up. That's how tight it is against the neck. And that's how really easy it is to finish a blood choke like that when your technique is basically perfect. So now here we're doing more of the K-guard transition, but this time we're kind of abandoning the triangle to go into this leg attack position into a wrestle up. This was very new for me, so I kind of started out slow here. I was just trying to figure it out. Usually, I don't do this kind of stuff. I'm trying to learn it because in the beginning, I was mostly a top player. Didn't really do much guard, didn't do much inverting. And so that's what I've been really trying to work on is leg attacks, inversions, and guard play. Um, as you can see here, it's again starting from closed guard, going to the K guard transition, going to the triangle attempt, but they stand up because they know the triangle's coming, they want to posture up, they want to get out. So here I try a different kind of inversion, a kiss of the tiger. Again, just taking it really slow, trying to figure out the mechanics. There is another attempt of me doing it a bit more smoothly, which you'll see right here, where I kind of grab onto the other leg and grab right into that back take. Just trying to avoid the leg attacks really, because I'm unfamiliar with them. But yeah, the coach wanted us to do the leg attacks and the wrestle up from that position mostly, because it's a bit more high percentage, flows a bit more smoothly. You got a lot more control. But yeah, now we're moving on into games. This is a game called Sticky Feet. The idea of the game is to pretty much get an entanglement on your opponent and get their hands and knees onto the ground. In this case, we're doing a lot of just inverting and guard guard work. I'm trying to get into maybe like a single leg X of some kind, maybe some type of inversion, and then he's just trying to make sure I don't get any connections. So he's trying to get rid of my hooks. He's trying to stop me from grabbing onto his ankles. It's really to get the standing opponent comfortable with addressing hooks, addressing guard, addressing entanglements. Just get them comfortable with being under pressure from that kind of attack and knowing how to get out of it and using techniques to get out of it. Now, I think I do a pretty good job here of not putting too much pressure on him, but also trying to go for entanglements. In all of these types of games, you don't really want to give it 100%. You mostly want to give it about 50%, just to give the other person in the drill, opportunities to really practice their technique and focus on using the technique. Here you see I kind of go for a false read to really get him, really get that leg trapped. And it's his job to break it. It's his job to, as you see there, he just goes for a toe hold. Kind of the bell rang, so it was the end of the game. But yeah, it is the opponent's job on top to understand how to get out of those entanglements, because that's really what the drill is all about. Not only denying them in the first place, like you see me here using push-pull grips to deny the hooks, deny the entanglement setups. But then when you do get entangled, you focus on using technique to get out of it rather than just trying to rip your legs out. So on to the next game now. This is a turtle game. So basically one person starts in turtle and the other person starts on top. The goal for the top person is to get submission or get both their hooks in, and the goal for the bottom person is to just turn and face the opponent. Now this guy here facing is a wrestler. So he's always very explosive, very athletic, really good at holding positions and flowing with the roll. So it was really great to kind of experience what it's like to have somebody who's very explosive and athletic stay with you and kind of deny things here. So initially what you saw me do was just kind of roll with him. He tried to explode to open me up to put a hook in, and I just kind of rolled with him, using that momentum to turn and face him, which is really good. And here, again, he kind of tries to rotate through to a north-south, but I do a really good job at just posting on his hips and inverting to get my feet in front of him and my knees in front of him to face him, which is, if anybody gets into north-south, really recommend checking out how Craig Jones kind of inverts to get his feet and his guard back in front of him. Now right here, he does something really simple. He just chucks the hook in, the first hook in, and goes for the rear naked, to kind of distract me, which I'm confident defending this here. Even though he's got one arm trapped, we've done a lot of static work from the back, so I'm pretty confident at defending back takes here. But he gets that second hook in, so technically he wins the round. Did a really good job there at making me focus on the submission to stop me from defending that second hook, which is really that's textbook back work right there, which is, if you want one thing, distract them with the other thing. If you want to get both hooks in, distract them with the submission. If you want to get the submission, distract them with getting the hooks in. But yeah, this is the part right here where he was so tight around his hips trying to stop me from getting any kind of hook in that all I really needed to do here was just get him comfortable enough with opening up his neck. As you'll see here, as I kind of go over under. And in a second, you're going to watch me just rip the rear naked, because right there, he's giving me his neck completely, my hands behind his shoulder, and that's all the space I need to rip that. He kind of panics, tries to roll out of it, but I'm so deep on the neck, I'm just going to stay glued to his chest. No chance he was getting out of that. So this next game, I was paired up with somebody who is still quite new to the game. So all you're going to see me doing here is moving from half guard just to try and pass his half guard. And the bottom person is just trying to get both knees in front from half guard. So very simple game. Again, pretty favored heavily towards one side. But yeah, nevertheless important because half guard's a very common position to find yourself in. But yeah, this guy's new, so initially here I'm kind of repping out and practicing, but once I see that some fundamentals are off, I just spend a bit of time kind of helping him get some basics for half guard going, which is just post with your hands as well as the knee shield. What I noticed is he was very focused on protecting his knee shield with his hands rather than posting on my upper body to stop me from crushing his hips and flattening them out, which is basically going to make his knee shield pretty much useless. He also wasn't too good with where he placed the knee shield. He'd kind of have the foot hanging off a bit and he wouldn't keep it sticky to my hip and across my hip line. So even if I did crush his hips, his knee, his whole shin really was comfortably blocking my hip from moving forward. Here this is where I'm kind of showing him like, hey, if you post on my chest or my collarbone with your hands and you keep that knee shield very deep and sticky, it's going to be very, very difficult for me to crash into you with my upper body. Yeah, so moving on to the last game now, and this will be the final game of the night before training's over. I just thought I'd skip over my me on bottom for the half guard drill because it's more of me just doing the same, and I'll just be re-narrating what I was saying before, teaching the other guy. But this final game is where the person on bottom has to make the opponent on top put their hands and knees on the mat, like you just saw me do there with a false reap. And then to get their bum on the mat, like you see me do here, grabbing his leg and rolling him over. And then finally, moving into a submission, all in one continuous roll. Now here, I'm kind of just keeping pressure on him because this guy is new. I believe this was his 5th session. So I didn't want to be too mean. I didn't want to hit him with a bunch of crazy sweeps or like crazy maneuvers. So I just kind of used my weight to kind of keep him on the ground and then did very textbook gift wrap into a back tape and then kind of rolled over here to put him in this armbar position and then tapped for him. I didn't crank it at all. Don't want to be mean. I always never want to be too crazy or crazy at all really on anybody who's really new because one, gym culture is everything. People who are new, they obviously don't know what they're doing. They're like a fish out of water, which, if you're just coming in and destroying them because they don't know any better, it's not really enjoyable for them, and it's not really useful for you either because you're not actually learning anything. You're just doing what you already know and abusing the fact that the person doesn't know how to handle it. So yeah, for the rest of the role, after I did that, I basically just, rather than continuing the drill on my end, I was just teaching him some basic stuff, like passing guard starts with controlling the legs, getting past the hip line, and then getting some type of chest-to-chest connection with a crossface to maintain it and stop the posts. So that's what you kind of saw me doing there, teaching him the crossface, showing him how it creates a really good chest-to-chest connection and stops me from posting on his upper body to create space.
So yeah, guys, that's the video. That's the first Jiu-Jitsu breakdown or martial arts breakdown that's going to be part of this martial arts breakdown and review series. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to drop a comment, drop a like, share it around, get some exposure, or don't. Just I just hope you watch it and you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy this series going forward. There'll be another video out for the next day's role and Jiu-Jitsu lesson, and later on the week there will be the Mauy Thai videos coming out. Yeah, once again, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.